Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ian, and we are back with more Superman and Lois. Now, depending on which one I get out first. Sorry the other one's so late, and that it's out, and this one's out before that one. Having issues editing that one, not necessarily like not technically wise. It was really hard to edit down when I finally had it. Well, I had it recorded a while ago, but Loki kind of has thrown me off recording schedules for a little bit. We're gonna be tweaking it. We'll see how this goes. But luckily, at least Loki is 6 weeks. But regardless, last episode we got quite the revelation that Morgan Edge is Kryptonian, or at the very least, could have been on a sister planet to Krypton, because they get similar abilities if they're not, even if they're not. It depends on, I guess, the atmosphere. But yeah, so he has powers. Kyle and a couple others, Emily being one of them, have had Kryptonian sentience implanted into them. I'm really hoping we can save Kyle and Emily. I don't know. I don't know. Like, at the very least, they won't be burned alive, like the other guy was. I can't remember still. Since they were both from Smallville, they had been exposed to the radiation of the meteorite. Jordan, he now has freeze breath. That kind of has dealt him some issues. Hopefully he and Sarah can work it out. I don't know how he's gonna. Camera's already stopped recording. Well, hopefully that will be the only time that happens. And we're back. Yeah, hopefully Sarah and Jordan can work things out relatively soon. She has reason to be upset with him. Unless he tells her, or I don't know, again, you can tell her that he had 24-hour flu. Because, I mean, that's not out of the realm of possibility. He sneezed. So, it's flimsy, but it's workable.
I was the first son of Krypton to leave.
Oh.
And I came here with one purpose: to further our Kryptonian heritage.
Oh my.
My mother would never destroy innocent lives.
Humans are far from innocent.
Don't you move!
Jesus. Bro.
I said don't move!
This world,
Brother,
you protect, deserves better than those who inhabit it.
That's not your decision to make.
It's already been made. And we'll have our mother with us once again. I know you long to see her just as I do.
But he had Martha.
Help me do that, brother.
Not like this.
Time has almost come, Kal-El. Our people will awaken soon. And when that happens, I need you by my side, or you will be eradicated too.
Oh God. Yeah, he's gone. Yeah. This just got so much more complicated.
How could you never tell me?
There wasn't the need.
The need? For me to know I've had a brother here my entire life? One who wants to restore Krypton using some technology created by my mother. There wasn't the need.
I understand your frustration, but restoring Krypton was never her intent. At least not the way Zeta Rho wished to enact it.
To stop by to check in.
Yes.
On me.
No! No!
You all are so weak.
Kryptonite. At a girl!
Not all of us.
God, Lois, so cool!
You okay?
No, not really.
Hey, yo, Sarah, by the way, Your father did change.
Still don't feel right.
We don't have any other choice.
And we're running out of
I don't
time.
think this is a good idea.
We need to find a
This might not work.
volunteer.
No!
I'll do it.
I was gonna say something.
I'm sorry, but that's not possible.
Why not? I'm from Smallville. Makes me the ideal candidate. You don't have to look for anyone.
She does have a point.
Dad! What about Sarah and Sophie?
You mean the world to me, you know that.
That's why I can't let you do this.
No, it's why you have to. I have to fix this for them, for me, for everybody here.
There's no guarantee this will even work. This is alien science.
Well, it's a good thing I'm just a local loan officer who doesn't know any better.
Watch.
You're not authorized to go in.
You think your little toys can stop us?
Dad!
Dad? Oh, Daddy doesn't exist anymore. He's a screaming corpse. Ashes on the pyre. Hey. When I get out of here, I'm gonna kill you first.
I feel like we should tell her. I think she deserves it at this point.
You know, you don't have to do this. There's always another way.
I don't think you really believe that. Also, did Superman just lie to me?
It's not lying, I'm just
Hopeful.
I'm just an optimist.
Guess that's what makes you a hero.
You're the hero right now, Lana.
Oh.
It's time.
Oh. Hopefully it didn't plan for this or didn't want this to happen. Mom? That's weird calling you Mom.
Hello?
Mother?
He just recently lost his other mom. Ugh.
My biggest fear in letting you go was that you would be without a mother.
I had a mother here. Her name was Martha. She loved me very much.
You have no idea how much that means to me, Kala.
We have 2 sons.
Tell me all about them.
Oh, poor Sarah. Jesus.
And I wish things weren't the way that they are. And what happened to her dad, it really sucks. Right? But I think all you can do now is be there for him.
I was awful to him. Is that gonna be the last time I ever see my dad? Is calling my dad drunk gonna be the last thing I ever say to him? I need him back.
We just need to get the people who were affected to go through the eradication process again.
Bring them here, all of them?
Yes.
And run them through the machine?
Yes.
But we don't know how many people have gone through this.
There has to be another way to do it all at once.
That would require too much energy.
How much?
We would need something that rivals this planet's sun.
Hello again. Superman.
No Kal-El? Alright.
I'm going to again.
Here you go. Something's going on.
How many are there? Oh. Oh.
Well,
This is the only planet you've ever known. So you don't know the pain of losing one. but I do. And I am not going to let that happen again. And neither are they.
Oh boy. Steel? Could use your help about now. Jesus Christ. Oh no! That's such a cool shot though! Emily! Ah!
Sam, we're out of time. Is it ready?
Or we can let them focus. You can dodge out of the way. Jesus Christ!
Boys! Boys, please come! Now!
Where's Sarah?
I don't know.
Sarah, don't let him out! You're going high to reduce solar flare? Dude, what are you gonna...
Come on.
Mother, you might need to catch me. Oh! It's doing both! Oh god, maybe with their help.
Stop!
Oh god. Clark, somebody catch Clark. Lana! Oh, she can't. She was taken too. Oh my god. Kyle's back in these, but oh god, where goes Jordan? Wait, what about all of them? When they land, did Edge take Clark?
Sir, no sign of Morgan Edge.
Search the globe until you find him.
There's no sign of Dad either. Where is he?
He just enough to get there? God dang it! She wasn't there, of course not. Now she knows where Morgan is.
Just us?
For now. But all is not lost.
And Jor-El's Sunstone. Son of a... No! Great. Okay. Cool. No issues here whatsoever. Fuck. That was... Okay, that was... God, this show's so good. You know, normally whenever they do, like, a... You know, lost secret brother, half-brother, what have you, storyline in the show, it's a hit or miss, I feel like. But I trust the show already. And it's not impossible in the way they did it. Like, it wasn't like she had a secret affair. She just it's been established like in other iterations, and I don't know if it's like always the case. I think it might be a thing all the time, or like even in the comics. I could be wrong again. I don't know I don't know everything about DC Comics or comics in general, but I know I'm wearing this. I'm sorry, it's just what I had on. But you know, they were genetically matched. That's just kind of how they did things on Krypton. And then when she actually found someone that she actually loved, and you know, ended things with what's his name, Rowe, or what's his name, Zeta. I think his name Zeta Rowe. He wasn't happy about that, so took her Sunstone. I think that's what they were called. Sun Crystal. Sorry, same thing. Sort of. Whatever. Okay, Sunstone Crystal. See, I was 2/3 of the way there. It's semantics, really. But you know, took her Sunstone Crystal. I'm wondering if Edge has it. What did he say his actual? Did I write it down? I don't remember if I wrote his actual Tal Rowe. Okay. wonder if he had. I'm probably not gonna be calling him Tal though, just because I know him as Morgan Edge. Even though we've only known him, this actor specifically, as Morgan Edge, for this, since this show started. Regardless, that's just kind of what that's a character I know. But yeah, I honestly, it doesn't bother me, and I actually kind of like how it worked out, and I do like that there wasn't really any temptation or any sign of him thinking about, like, why would he? Like, I understand Jonathan's fear, because I mean, he saw his dad, like, the likeness of his dad killed the likeness of his mother. That's gonna sting for a long time, regardless of how he feels about his dad. And he stated before that he isn't scared of his family, but he probably, part of him is, as much as he doesn't want to admit it. But yeah, him saying, like, what if Morgan Edge, did the same thing and told him his brother, and that could bring his family back. He also kind of sympathized with him. It's like finding out that you're not, when you're alone and feel like you're the last and only one of your kind, find out you have a brother and that you could bring back your family, your mother. And he looks up at Lois as he says this, and he was kind of sympathizing somewhat with Morgan Edge, like with Morgan Edge, and more so with, like, the other Superman, and kind of like how Dad could feel at that point. His dad could feel at that moment. I like it wasn't more so he was scared just because of seeing that. Even though seeing that happen again is going to put the fear of God in you. Seeing that your dad would have the potential to do that if it wasn't just so out of the realm of possibility for his dad. But the difference is that assumedly, that Lois and Clark, and Clark didn't have that relationship. I don't know, and we don't even know if that Clark had Martha. I mean, I think he had, because it's like, again, I'm assuming like he had. Clark stated, like, when they were looking at the newspapers, the articles were from John's Earth. He was basically the same up until he killed random people. Or, yeah, innocent people. Or just people in general. He killed. So, he had, if not Martha, he had a caring family, assumedly anyway. Again, it could have, this could have been possibly, with this Superman, could have been a front, but I don't think that was the case there. There was just something that changed him. Something had to, he might have lost his mother, and then didn't have someone like Lois. Like, he lost his Martha and didn't have Lois or anybody in his life to really kind of tie him down, or to not tie him down, to anchor him. You know what I mean? Like, to give him the support he would need after losing the last of his family. And then having, presented to you that you could have your mother back, but your birth mother from Krypton. And you find that you have a brother, you have a family again. And it's just like all of this, I don't know, it's still kind of hard to believe that would flip, cause him to flip and kill innocent people. But maybe, I don't know, maybe he made him see, or he convinced him, maybe he made him see how, like, he saw humanity, how Morgan Edge saw humanity. Which, unfortunately, it's hard to blame the guy considering what they had done to him. I understand they were scared. The couple, they see a pod on, like, just there, an alien spaceship, and people are easily frightened by things that they don't know, and that superstitious and have preconceptions. I think that's the right word, of what something's motive and how they are. Like, we've seen movies of aliens attacking the Earth and all that stuff, and that's gonna be in the mind of people. But, like, it's still it visibly looks like a human and a human child. And yet I don't know. There are movies though that are like human children, and then they like, or any combination or whatever variation of grotesque, monstrous extrusions. I can't think of the right word. That will kill people. So I mean, it's just an unfortunate thing. But he was. But the point of the matter is, they both had different beginnings. With Clark, when the Kents found him, they completely reacted differently. They were in different parts of the world, though. I don't know. Like I feel like maybe the people that like shot at and Morgan Edge may not have even been bad people. They were just terrified into this unidentified alien, this creature. I mean, the best assumption is that it's an alien, considering they probably saw the crash and they saw a pod, and they saw this strange outfit on it that isn't something that they would have. I don't know. And then to be fair, I think he shot after that Morgan Edge's eyes started glowing. That's just gonna set a lot of people off. But I don't know. It's that, and then when they chased him, captured him, experimented on him for years. Like, he looked like he had been in there for at least up to a decade at the very least, possibly more. But I mean, I think he was like teenage years by the point he escaped. Like, that government, it can be crap a lot of times, man. They don't care what somebody is or what they look like, or whether if they seem like they have power that they want, they'll experiment on it. At least that's how they're depicted in a lot of movies and shows. I don't know how accurate that is. I am glad that. Here's the thing. Part of me was a little upset that Jonathan just up and told Sarah. At least he didn't. I do think I like that he didn't tell her. Sorry, Jordan's stuff. I mean, that's not his secret to tell. This was about her dad, though, and this was information that was affecting her. So part of me was upset just because, like, this is possibly something that should have been discussed. This almost seems brash, but he kind of wasn't in the wrong. Like, this was affecting her relationship with her family, and to a possibly irreparable state. And she was hating her father for a situation that wasn't his. Unfortunately, she had some ground as well, considering he had, some past mistakes and behavior that kind of gave way to her reaction, how she treated her father, how she talked to him about after seeing him come back and different and appearing drunk. And her mother had probably defended him on countless other occasions that were similar, and she just one, being a teenager, you're gonna any kind of emotion is just gonna be heightened a lot of times, especially more so if it's like a negative one. That just kind of, because then anger boils up and mixes with that, and it just you just lash out so quickly. So it was just a lot of repeated, from her point of view, repeated mistakes that actions weren't being taken to change or to make better. So, but yeah, again, initially I was like, Jonathan, I don't know, but I also wanted her to know, like this, and in a sense, without revealing Jordan's actual secret, it was more so like, I know about this stuff. My grandfather is actually part of the DoD, and this is what's been going on. We can't really say what's been going on because, top secret stuff. And dangerous. Can't just go blabbering about it everywhere. Now we're going to have to kind of indoctrinate Sarah. He kind of have her sign some papers, some waivers, like, hey, don't tell these secrets, you know. I mean, granted, the DoD was there, but they didn't know. They were like, they don't know they're the DoD. They're just, you know, this is government showing up. They don't know the specific outline or whatever. But yeah, she even kind of saw the issues that, you know, the reasoning was behind why Jordan had acted the way he had when he left, and other stuff that had been going on, like why he's kind of been so secretive. And it makes things a lot easier without even having to spill his own secret until he's ready, or until such an occasion occurs. Like, so maybe there's a reason that he actually has to tell her. Like, this one would have been more so to kind of like make her feel better. This one was kind of to make her feel better as well, but it was also kind of damaging her relationship with both parents. Now, some people might think that wouldn't have been the criteria of needing to tell her, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like that was much more of that's an irreparable. A lot of kids have issues with their bad relationship with their parents that don't get repaired because of misinformation or just because of mistreatment. And for something like for this family where it's not mistreatment and it's not, you know, they're not hurting them, you don't want to see them having to go through that. So I'm glad that Jonathan told him without divulging everything. I feel like that was actually well done, and him kind of talking to Sam to allow her to see her dad. While I get, like, I love Jonathan. Like, I feel like he's a strong kid, being able to stand up to his grandfather like that, and being able to stand up to the military like that. Like, that could be a teenage thing, you know, thinking for some people it's like, you know, teenagers will always think, you know, with their parents, you know, they think they know better. Maybe sometimes they will, but like more often than not, it's like they don't have the experience, and they don't, you know, at that point we just have a very limited point of view at times for certain things. Like, yeah, it was restricted and classified, so, like, you know, for that guy to just kind of like let them through, you know, commendable that he didn't, you know, just back down from some kids. But considering that his he knows, you know, Sam knows what's going on. He knows his grandchildren. He knows the situation, and he didn't. If I know if it had been a different situation, if there was something else going on, like if there was something else that they were trying to go see, he definitely wouldn't allow them. But for this, I think he saw the need for her to go see her dad. And I really like the character of Sam in this show. Like, he's in a lot of gray areas, like with his decisions, like making the kryptonite weapons, and whether, you know, needing Superman to always be there to protect the world, you know, like it's a lot of, he's dealing with a lot of gray areas, and he also brings a lot of valid points to a lot of arguments that comes up. But he's not doing it to be antagonistic. He's trying to do the right thing, and he's trying to, you know, help protect, just help protect. So, and you know, he'll always kind of, he's like he's growing to be more family oriented. You know, like last episode, when Lois, it's been a thing before, like, you know, that he wasn't there for Lois and her sister. I think she mentioned she had a sister, and we know she does have a sister. Anyway, he wasn't there for them. He wasn't there for them when they were younger, and he kind of hadn't been, even when as an adult, not in the same way that she may have needed. But he's starting to kind of reach out for that. So I don't know. I think they're doing this character really well, and it's not. They're not making arguments one-sided and just like, well, this is stupid. It's like I see point and I see this point. Crap. Even though I mean I side with this point, but I don't. I'm not getting frustrated because this point sounds dumb. So the show just does so well with the writing of this and how they approach topics and situations. Dude, freaking, I think Lana might, if she doesn't know, then she at least has. There's something that struck her whenever Clark called her as he was Superman. I think it's so funny that someone who's known Clark for years, who has, since he's been back, has been around them, and then now she's been with them during this whole investigation, and then Superman shows up. They come face to face, inches away from each other. Maybe not inches, but really close. Can see his face perfectly clearly. Doesn't recognize him whatsoever. Oh man, the phenomena of the Superman mythos. He has a blurified shield around him, like those masks wherever they use for cameras that will blur their faces so that they don't get spotted. It's so funny. But I think though when he said her name, one, I don't believe. I mean, then again, he was talking to Lois, so Lois could have said, mentioned her name to him. But I feel like maybe the way he had said it might have seemed familiar, as considering they had dated for who knows how long, and then they've been friends for years. Even though they hadn't really seen each other while he was in Metropolis for a while, or since he'd moved to Metropolis, and then every now and then I think he did, because Lois knows her and everything. But yeah, and living here, I don't know. I feel like that kind of, when he said her name, struck something, and she was like, what? Or it was just like the way that he was showing confidence in her and being so appreciative and thankful for her. Maybe that's what the head cock was. I don't know. But I feel like Lana kind of deserves to know at this point, considering she put her life on the line for this, for not just this moment, but investigating Morgan Edge, going undercover essentially. I feel like she kind of deserves to know. We'll see though, because right now there is an issue. Clark's not there. Who knows I don't know if Morgan Edge took him, or just took. I'm not sure what he's planning to do at this point. Well, he's lost all of his soldiers except for one. Dude, that's gotta suck. After all this time of slowly building him up, and he has to start from scratch almost. He doesn't even have the machine, but he has the fortress. Whether I don't know if he's gonna take it somehow. I don't know if because their iteration. I keep saying iterations. I don't know if this fortress was built from the Sunstone Crystal or something that Clark brought here. And if that's the case, if Morgan Edge is going to take it and move it somewhere, or if he's just going to straight up destroy the fortress or steal some information, I don't know. There's just so much that could go wrong here, and he could just kill Clark here. He's probably not going to, because bad guys, and we can't just kill Clark off screen, and we can't just kill Superman on the first season. So there's maybe he's still my brother. I can't at this moment, or I don't know. I feel like they're gonna have to give a good reason. I feel like that they will give a good reason, considering how the show's done so far. We'll see how, what they do with that. But they might capture Clark, which I'm worried about. What if maybe while he's kind of powerless, they might put a sentience in him? Oh, what if that's what had happened? What if that's what happened on the other Earth? What if he had lost his abilities or something? Because I mentioned before, what if they had placed a sentience in his mind? I don't know if that would have worked if his mind's already Kryptonian. What if he's powered down. Like kryptonite doesn't affect him; he's powered down. He's essentially human almost. I don't know if that will allow a Kryptonian sentience to be planted over him. What if that? Oh god! What if that happened on the other Earth? What if that's how that worked? Why? What if that's why Superman suddenly flipped? And if that's the case, that might happen. He might show up and oh god, and then they're gonna have to talk him down again, like they did with Kyle, or not Kyle, but like they weren't able to. Oh god, this is gonna suck. I don't know how this is gonna work. And then maybe Jordan would have to somehow bring him back with a similar. I don't know. I have no idea. But I kind of was gonna go into something else before I went to this tangent, but it hasn't been all that long since Clark's lost the mother who's actually raised him. And to find out that you could see his mother again in a sense, to meet her, to see her for the first time and talk to her. That first off, the possibility of that had to have been jarring, and then actually being able to, that's got to be kind of like he had to have so many different emotions just kind of rocketing it within him, like bouncing around, like. Joy, I feel like Joy has to be there, even though he doesn't know her. It's like, one of his people and his mother, one he knows that he's been told. I'm assuming Jor-El would tell him what she was like. I don't know. But like, again, just having lost his mother, and then having his birth mother there. Had to have been just so conflicting. What was just kind of a great moment also was that he was able to tell her that he was happy, that he found love, that he has a family now. Everything that she's essentially wanted for him. Like she created this, the method not to what's the word? Help supplant a society. It was just to resurrect, but like they're not. Kryptonians aren't as a whole a terrorizing, overwhelming society. It was nice to know that she wasn't bad, because I was like, don't tell me they kind of made her bad. Not bad, but like she wanted them to kind of survive, and this was the only way that they knew how. But that wasn't her intention. It was Zeta who had kind of altered the plan. But yeah, she's after having to see her son escape so that he could survive, like that. I know that had to have been just heartbreaking for her, but also overwhelming joy knowing that he would survive, or at least hopeful that he would survive. But then finally actually being able to see him full grown, happy, and everything she's wanted from him has just got to be a relief and gratifying and overjoyed. Feeling overjoyed, overjoyed, I think is the word. It's the tense. But anyway, yeah, it looks like Clark is going to be, if Morgan Edge doesn't take him, he's still out of commission for a few days, which is not good. A lot can happen within those days that Superman can't be there to save. Like all these disasters that were happening, like the one in China, I think is what, I can't remember when it was. I think it was second or third episode, where he shows him fly across the world to China or wherever it was to, the bridge collapsing and saving those on the bridge and then the person underneath. And in Mexico, the heist that was going on, stuff like that around the world that he can't just go to and help, and he won't even know about it. But he knows that's going to be in the back of his mind. If again, he's not captured. It's going to be in the back of his mind that he wasn't able to do anything about it. But this was the only way to kind of go about it. That to do like a widespread burst. That was the only other way they could do it. You could just like one at a time put them through the machine. Especially with Morgan Edge on our tail, there's no way. I mean, I guess we could put like a large scale kryptonite cell. I don't know. Because it would affect Morgan. Morgan Edge. I don't know why it feels weird just saying Morgan Edge. We'll just say Edge. But yeah, if he hadn't done that, then they would have taken over the world. Like, he's one Kryptonian against many, and one who's had years with his powers. So I don't know. And he was there before Clark, which is even worse. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm glad that at the very least things seems to be, from the good side, from the positive side of things. Looks like Kyle and the rest of the family will hopefully be able to work through this now. Like, now that she knows that he wasn't the way he was because he was drunk. It was because of outside beings. We have gotten rid of at least the initial army of Kryptonians. So luckily, I'm still curious how that worked out, because maybe it was because as we saw when they were cleansed from them, I can't remember what I think the mother stated that if it's gone, like, the powers will slowly fade. So the thing is, the only reason I was wondering about that is Kyle, almost immediately after the kryptonite wasn't affecting him. So, but maybe they had enough time with the abilities from when they crashed, and they wouldn't be dead. But we'll just go with that. And I was wondering the same thing about Clark, but he had just enough power to get to the fortress. He could have gone back to I feel like he probably should have gone back to the DoD, back to where they were, and maybe keep it in a kryptonite cell so that if they ever try to go in, I don't know if that would work. But I don't know. They could keep it on lock and key, at least, with people that have kryptonite weapons to stop someone like Morgan Edge from breaking in and taking the energy source. I know Clark wanted that because of his mother, but I mean, he could have, after he recuperated, taken it back to the fortress. I'm sure Sam will let him, maybe. For now, guys, that is it for this week's episode of Superman Lois. What a freaking episode, as per usual. If you want to stick around for next week's episode, hopefully this will be up before then, both of them will be. But subscribe if you want to stick around for that for next week. And Patreon for early access stuff for anything you have going, and the capture series they have going on. Young Justice being the main one at the moment. Yeah.